Welcome to Fearless and Focused. I'm Brooke,
And I'm Casey,
and we're here to share bold stories, real talk.
and strategies to help you push past fear and level up.
Let's get fearless and focused.
Welcome, everyone, to a new episode of Fearless and Focused. And we are so excited today. We are diving into all things Elevate Your Influence Retreat. Brooke, have you recovered yet?
I'm about like 85%-ish. Can you hear my voice? Does it sound any deeper than, am I raspy? On Sunday, I was basically Demi Moore. So, and Monday, I was like, I was drinking hot tea like crazy. You do 2 days of straight talking for hours and hours, and then karaoke. I mean, hello. I was living out my rock star dreams.
I was hoping you would mention why your voice may be a little raspy, Miss Karaoke Diva.
I mean, and let me tell you, like, I have a new appreciation for artists who like concerts because we would sing and then we're like, okay, tap in. Like after 30 seconds, you're out of breath. I'm like, how these people are in freaking good shape. Like it's insane. It's insane. It was so fun though.
Yeah, it was such a good weekend. And like, even though it's a lot, it's like, gosh, I really want to do that again this weekend and
I
just like do
know.
everything and just, you know, absorb more things. And, yeah, it was, I just feel like we brought out all of the things that both of you and I love to do. And then in a rock star setting mansion,
Right.
like, how could it have been any better?
Right. I know. I mean, from Arrival, and we knew that we wanted to do something like over the top, very like luxurious, have a lot of learning, have a lot of relaxation, a lot of connection. And so pulling all that together, like this is my first retreat. I know that you've done many, but wow, there's a lot of freaking work that goes on behind the scenes. And being the local person, I was like, oh gosh, it's me. Like finding the right vendors, which we're going to go through all of the service people later and like just how amazing they were. But, it all came together. I was scared. I was like, it will be what it will be and it will be amazing. But it all came together and was even more than I could have imagined. Like I'm still just absorbing and just taking it all in and just remembering different parts. And it was all the things that I wanted it to be and then some. So, how about
Yeah.
you?
Absolutely, you couldn't have said it better, which thank you. Like, I know behind the scenes, like, that is no joke because it's
You didn't
planning and
warn me. You didn't warn me.
I think I just say, okay, now this is gonna be a lot, Brooke. This is gonna be a lot. I don't think I'm gonna spend the night with you Sunday because you are gonna be wiped out. Like, it's gonna be a lot. But like planning all of that, but that's just happened. Then you gotta get it there.
Yes.
That's a whole other thing, getting it there and then coordinating it out, putting it all out, the right timing, like doing all the stuff, plus hosting. You did an amazing job, especially for
Dang.
your first retreat. And I feel like our timing was on with everything. We ran over a little bit on pictures, but that's totally good because our photographer was amazing and she really took, I heard that over and over, how appreciative the attendees were that she took some time because a lot of them, this was their first lifestyle shoot ever. Like they
Mhm.
have never even done a lifestyle shoot. So, yeah, kudos to you. And we're going to talk about Tiffany, a huge little segment on Tiffany and shout out for pulling all the behind the scenes together, being local, and then just making it all happen. It was truly an amazing retreat.
I know, right. Okay, well, let's talk about like Friday arrival. Like
Okay.
that was so fun, like getting there, seeing the house, setting everything up, getting everything ready for the ladies. They all started trickling in that evening, and the 10 wonderful ladies that attended. We just love you guys so much. I know that it takes a lot of, investment in yourself, like money, time away from your family, time away from your business. And we just really appreciate you coming and trusting us and doing that with us. And I know that they took away a lot. I've gotten a lot of text, just saying how wonderful it was. And I'm seeing all them like starting to use some of the assets and the things that we taught them like online. I can already see it. I can't wait for our follow-up calls with them. But it was amazing. And then we had like a welcome circle. where we all went around and kind of just had a little greeting, who we are, why we're here, what they wanted to get out of the retreat. And did you think it was like crazy? Like every one of these women are from different areas and not and different backgrounds. We had a mortgage lender, we had a fitness coach, we had insurance agents, of course, but so many commonalities. Wasn't that
Mhm.
crazy?
Yeah, that's what was so I mean, doing this for the past few years, that's the thing that I've always just gravitated to, that it doesn't matter, what you're selling or what service you provide. As women, we have so many things in common. Like, we need to spend more time with self-care. We need to practice boundaries. We need to say no, more often. And so I think that, and that's why I love creating spaces like this, because that's when the transformation happens, when an agent or a female business owner actually says yes to step out of their day-to-day routine. Like, that's the first step in transformation and change, is that she's actually going to take herself out of her day-to-day routine with all the fires going on and put herself first. Like, that piece right there is the first step in that. And so, yeah, all the common things. And there were some of the women that didn't even know each other. They were meeting for the first time. And I just was the whole weekend, I was just seeing so many connections and collaborations and just deep conversations. And it's so fulfilling to watch.
It was, and it was so, like, beautiful that these women, like, outside of, like, when we were, having our one-on-one activities and things like that, how they would, congregate and talk and get into, like, where else can you get deep conversation like that? You're sitting in your pajamas, having a glass of wine, like, after the day is over and all the things, and you can really just, like, be yourself and connect with other women, and I think that was one of the most beautiful, like, surprising things, like, to see everyone just kinda really get deep with people I just met.
Mhm.
But I thought it was like I thought that was so good. My dog's barking. I thought that was so good because, unbiased, they don't really know you, they can give you an honest answer, all of those things. So it was really cool to see. I loved it.
And I think that's like the power of kind of like a smaller circle, when you can create that intimate space. So it's not just a huge conference, it's more of like a smaller, 10, 12 with us there. But just, that does help create them the space to open up a little bit more and get a little bit more vulnerable. And we all know when we can do that, that's when change happens. So, yeah, those pieces, I loved watching that. What surprised you most?
I guess what how much I learned from these women, right? I was going in like, "Oh my gosh, I better bring it with the value and, like, just be ready," and I had, like, a whole script, we'd done an intake form, and I'd ask, "What do you want professionally and personally out of this? Like, what was your goal? What's your biggest strength? What's your biggest weakness?" And kinda started leading into that in my conversation with each one of them, but then I just kinda was like, "Let me just see where they wanna take it." And it was all different directions, and it wasn't all social. It was about leadership. It was about automation. It was about, CRM. I did several different things in my one-to-one. So some I talked about social media, some I talked about like hiring, best practices, how to like step away, buying back some of your time and trusting your team and delegating. We implemented ManyChat with one of the girls. Like we just got out the computers side by side. It was just so many different things. That surprised me because I thought we're going to stay on track with this. And no, I just was like, let us let it go and see where it goes. And so I learned so much in return from that, from the
Mhm.
things that they do, and then like us tweaking together. And I was like, well, I'm taking this back and I can use these things, And when it was at Felicia was talking about the things she does with Chat GPT, and I was like,
Yeah.
what? I mean, it's just so cool. So everyone brought tremendous value, and I think it was, like, how cool the alignment was that every woman there, I think, was meant to be there. Everyone got along. There was 0 drama. It was freaking awesome.
Yeah, it was so good. And let's talk about the setup a little bit on Saturday, because that
Okay.
was my favorite day. I mean, it was
Yeah.
a lot. It was super overwhelming and a lot, but so Saturday our setup. Well, first, Miss Brooke did
Oh my
a
gosh.
yoga meditation
Oh,
session
yeah.
out, in this really cool area outside of the back. So that was amazing. So we kind of started the day with that. And then we broke out. We wanted it to be several different stations to where they could get some collaboration and talking with other women because you get so many amazing ideas when you do that. We wanted some relaxing time, some journaling time, some planning time so they could, bouncing around with the different one on one sessions. They had some time to actually implement and plan how they're going to, walk away and put this into their business. And then they each had a one on one session with you and I, which I absolutely loved. And then they also got their branding, their lifestyle branding shoot. So we had like a little prep time before, and then they walked, around the property and took these amazing lifestyle photos with our celebrity photographer, Lauren McCullough, that's actually been on Hallmark or
Well,
Lifetime. They're
Lifetime,
both
yeah, Lifetime.
Lifetime movies.
Yeah,
And
she's
she is the cutest,
amazing.
sweetest, tiniest, little sassiest thing that just so good. You can tell she absolutely loves what she does because she spent so much time with the ladies and made them feel comfortable. And so it was like this power packed day. Then we had a little break. And then because you played a big role in this, tell us about how we ended the evening with our dinner.
Yes. Oh gosh. So I knew I wanted, we have this beautiful mansion, this Rockstar themed mansion with really cool lights and all the things. And so we were like, we didn't want to leave, right? We wanted to have a really nice dinner, but I didn't want to go off property and have to figure out like transportation and all of that with getting
Mhm.
12 women somewhere. So I had reached out to like Little Rock Women's Power Group and I was like, hey, give me like some ideas for like chefs in the area. And Heather Baker, she owns AY Magazine, a couple other things here in Little Rock. And she immediately texted me and sent me Chef Alex. And I thought, oh my gosh, well, if she's sending this, I know her stuff's over the top. This is going to be amazing. So I reached out to him and he immediately sent me a Facebook and a Instagram invite, started sending me pictures. And I was like, oh yeah, this is it. So we had a theme. So we wore caftans because I wanted it to be like outside at sunset and just beautiful wine and sisterhood. So I named it Sorella Soiree. And thank you, ChatGPT, for I was like, I want sisterhood and party, but I want it to sound very Italian. And it was like Sorella Soiree. So we had our party basically. And he made us a beautiful meal. He came and we had an appetizer, an amazing salad, a beautiful pasta. I can't remember what it's called, and I would butcher it anyway, but it was a beautiful, like, meat and marinara pasta with ribbon and a cheesecake with, like, a blueberry so I don't e I mean, I'm hungry right now, I haven't eaten anything today. But it was beautiful, and he was so cool and so nice and so down to earth, and it just was over the top. The ladies were wowed, and then
Yeah.
it had, like, pouring rain, and I thought, "Oh my gosh, how are we gonna sit outside?" And it stopped. It was like divine alignment. It stopped raining in the most beautiful red, orange sunset in the background. I mean, it was, like, picturesque for sure.
Oh, it was. It was absolutely gorgeous. It just set the tone, and then that sunset, I was like, "Oh my gosh, like we are living in pure magic right now." Just having this sisterhood and we all felt just, fancy because of our coordinating outfits. And then we have this chef that's like delivering us a meal. Yeah, it was so amazing. And shout out to Alex. Like you did such a great job. And then we look in and he's like loading the dishwasher for us.
Oh, yeah, completely cleaned the kitchen. I mean, I was like, "Oh, yeah, heck yes, heck yes." So after dinner, we had done all the activities, and then it was, like, free time. So, women, after they've had wine, we're like, "Let's go into" I don't even know what this themed room is. I mean, it's like a game room/karaoke slash karaoke room. It has, like, a pool table and a skee ball and, like, all of these different things, but the highlight, obviously, was a full-on, like, stage with mics, and it says Rockstar Hot Springs, and you could pick your songs, and they'd come up on the screen, and we sang 4 hours, if you wanna call it singing. But we had the best time of our lives dancing and singing, and it was so much fun.
Yes, so fun to watch. I think I just did a little debut with my karaoke sister, Tina, because we were like, karaoke, no, we'll watch and be your cheerleaders. But I think, hopefully, no one got that on recording. I'm not sure. Me
Well,
and Tina
I
We
I
were
did
scrounging yesterday. Hopefully no one got that on recording.
I didn't see that, but, Tina did come and, like, sat down, and we were like, "Tina," I'm like, "Come on, you sing," and she's like, "No, no, no," and then everyone was going, "Tina, Tina," and, like, you see her, and I have it on video, she's like, "No, no, and then you see her get up and walk, and I was like, "Oh, yeah," and then she started singing. It was a lot of fun because I was like, we're not here to impress anyone. None of us can sing. No one's handing out an award, like, just go have fun and sing your heart out." And everybody did, and it was so much fun, for
So
sure.
cute. I absolutely loved watching Sherry Shoal, an agent out of Arizona.
Yeah.
She was like the backup dancer. And she was just like, because she's just so, she's tall and she's beautiful. And it's like she was the perfect backup dancer. And it was just so fun to watch. So
Yeah.
fun.
Okay, so I wanna make sure we have time to talk about Tiffany.
Yes.
Okay, well, Tiffany Barger, this is your
Yeah.
big moment shout out, girl. She came and she was like, "I wanna help in any way possible." And I was like, "No, listen, you're an attendee, like, I want you to enjoy it." And she's like, I know, but I know that it's a lot, setting up and doing all the things, and I want you and Casey to focus on that, and I will help." And this girl, like, I don't know how we did it without her. Like, there's no way. Like, I was already the last one to go to bed and the first one up and felt like I was spinning, but every time I looked, she was cleaning or putting out something or picking up something or refilling someone's glass.
Refilling champagne.
I
Mhm.
mean, she was making sure everyone had exactly what they needed. She was working the collaboration corner, making sure that conversation down there, stayed on point and helping us with getting people rotated. Like, I love you, Tiffany. You're amazing, and we could not have done it without you.
Yes, hands down. Well, before we even got there, well, she went shopping all day with you. And
Mhm.
then you came to get me from the airport. Before we even got there, she had unloaded everything,
Oh,
totally
yeah.
like color coordinated the fridge, like the food's all out, the drinks. I mean, that was just like evening one. She had already done that and like she did not stop. Plus, she like organized your closet. She had
Right.
all the stuff out. Plus, she was like, if anyone needs shoes, if anyone, everybody was borrowing jewelry for the photo shoots. I mean, just over the top, caring, giving. You could tell like she was just totally invested on helping provide the most amazing experience.
And pick
And
the girls up from the airport,
yes,
carpool, all the things. So,
yeah, all the things. So thank you so much, Tiffany. You are amazing friend and rock star and go getter and all the things. Like hopefully, I'm just hoping one day I'm going to be in your top 9.
yeah, or you won't get a text back. That's for
Yes,
sure.
yes. So yeah, hands down. Thank you so much to Tiffany.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Okay, should we talk about some of the service providers and everything?
Yeah,
Are we ready to move on to that?
because your local lowdown crew was
Local lowdown, yes. So if people, are in Arkansas, you wanna have a retreat, or you wanna have a dinner, or you wanna have we're gonna go through it all. So, like, here are the people that hands down I will use 100% again when we do this again next year, right, Casey? We're gonna do it again
your
next
teaser. Yes, different theme, same area of location, different theme. That's all we're going to give you.
Yes, yes. Okay, so first of all, the home, Overnight Digs, I can't say enough, and you need to go find them on Facebook, Instagram, all the places. They have several short-term rentals, and all of them are themed homes, big to accommodate groups, parties, family whatever, and they are so neat. Ours was the Rockstar theme, so everything had, like, cool lighting that you could and our color brand was, hot pink, and we had that throughout the house. It just
The
set it
lighting.
off, right?
Yeah.
But they were amazing. Every time I text and was like, are we sure there's enough, place settings and champagne glasses?" And they were just immediate Johnny on the spot, walked in, and it looks like no one had ever been there before. It was just super duper clean, beautiful, over the top. So can't say enough about them. And then, of course, Chef Alex, he is amazing. Was it Zumalt? Do we think we're saying that right?
Hopefully, forgive us if we're not.
We'll put it
Um,
in the show we'll put his name in the show notes. We'll
yeah,
make sure we link all the providers, but, he is a chef there. You can, book him for your parties, your dinners. He also partners with In the Trees, which is a really cool I really wanna try that this fall. It's a little short-term Airbnb in Hot Springs. It looks so cool.
also,
Social
just a
Oh,
little
yeah.
plug too, he will travel. Like some
Oh,
of
yeah.
the girls that were there in Florida, they were making arrangements to have him travel to Florida to put together like their team dinners for the holidays. So don't think that you just have to book him in Arkansas, wherever you are. He will travel.
He travels well, right? Social Pony. So Courtney Rector, good friend of mine, she came and did a mobile hat bar on Friday night. So that was our gift, one of the big gifting moments we had for the girls. So she has like a variety of different cowboy hats for men and women, but then she also has like the flat brim hat. And this girl, I mean, like, there's not just like two or three things to pick from.
Yeah.
Like, it is like whatever you want, she's got it. There, I mean, just beautiful. You could curate something that's so cool, so unique, that looks nothing like anyone else's hat. And then she'll even brand it for you. And so she branded it with our lightning bolt branding. She did an amazing job. And I felt so terrible. I've apologized to her a million times because I'm like, set up outside. It's gonna be amazing. Well, we didn't see the sunset the first day. And it's if it's
Right.
hot or there's no cloud coverage, at one point in the afternoon, it's just like beating down sun and she's standing in it in like a cowboy hat and a long sleeve shirt, and it was like 90 degrees. Like, this is October. Come on. I thought it was gonna be like 75. And I was like, "Oh my gosh, are you okay?" I was like trying to give her water and champagne. And I was like, but she never complained, never missed a beat, and the hats were amazing.
Yeah,
Amazing.
she's so amazing. And like support your, female woman in business. That her story is so amazing. Like I still can't stop thinking about that on how she had this idea and then she just came home and she got her LLC and she put it out there and she's been but like she's just new in business like 6 months. You would never know this. I thought she's been doing it for years, but she's like 6 months in and she's been booked solid ever since.
I
So
know.
shout out to her for chasing her dreams and going after it and making it happen.
Yeah, she's definitely a badass. Okay, so, balloonish. So balloon-ish with a double H on the end. They're in Hot Springs. I called her, I was like, "This is what I'm looking for." I sent her a picture, she's like, "No big deal. I was at that house last week. I know exactly where you could put it." She told me where we could set up beforehand, which was one less thing, which was great. And then she came in, very reasonable price. She had it done in, like, 10 minutes. She connected it to our step and repeat, which is another thing, our step and repeat. Stephanie Martin, amazing local lady here, does some freelance work, and she had that to me in less than a week. I sent her what I wanted. She's like, "Send me the files," designed it, had it back within a week, super high quality, very reasonable in pricing. So between the step and repeat and the balloons, our entrance was wow. So if you want that
Yes.
wow factor, like, yes, those will definitely set it off, but it was really, really great. What else? Who am I missing?
Our food. Talk about your local food providers because Harvest and Grace
Oh my
and
gosh, yes.
Diane's. Talk about that a little
Yes.
bit. 'Cause the food.
Okay, so who doesn't love charcuterie board? Like, hello, meat and cheese and crackers, a girl's dream, right? And Harvest and Grace, they're based out of Conway. They put together the most beautiful, like, it was almost too pretty to eat, and I said that in my post, like, almost too pretty, but it was so gorgeous. I was like, "I want a fall theme, and I want a variety of meats and cheeses," and it was so pretty. And so we set it out, and then we had that with, that was kind of our, like, just snacking, our elevated snacking. And then Diane's Gourmet Catering, they were amazing. I went and visited them. They're like, "Yep." I talked them through exactly kinda what I was looking for in the vibe, and they went around and showed me all the different things. So I did, like, a brunch casserole, which is so amazing. We ate the rest of it this morning. My kids were, like, obsessed with it. It had, like, everything you can think of in a brunch, like, put in it, and it was
Mhm.
so good. And we had what else did we have? We had the
The little
champagne.
sliders,
Yes.
the specialty sauces. Those were
Yes,
really
3 different sliders, mini quiche, crustless quiche that were a super big hit too.
yes.
Yes, so it was amazing. All the food was just top notch. It was great. Yeah,
Yes, it was so good. Look at your
highly
list of
recommend
people
all of
that are
those.
yes, and make sure did we forget anyone? Look at your list because I
I'm
don't want
looking at my list.
and we forgot anyone.
And we talked about Lauren. Lauren with McCullough Expressions, obviously, she's
Oh,
amazing.
yeah.
She's been doing my pictures for years, and she took it like, we're like, "St" I was like, "Lauren, stay the course on 30 minutes." She's like, "Okay." yay. And I knew, like, I mean, we know that's going to go off the rails when women are like changing and this and that. But she, she didn't mind staying late and getting it done. Like, she put in the time and the work. And like, she deserves a million thank yous. By the way, I checked my email last night. I already have some that I haven't looked at yet. Did you
I
see?
was just gonna mention that, like, sometimes this is what happens, like, you book photographers and they're super amazing, and then they're really busy, and
Weeks.
then it takes you yeah, weeks, sometimes even months to get assets back, so literally, like, for her to be done, and
What's it,
then we
3
already
days,
have
4
assets.
days?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, I just seen an email coming in saying, "Okay, here's your deliverables." It's like, that is amazing. So thank you, Lauren, for all
Yes.
that you did, for staying after, for the energy and the vibe that you brought, and then for delivering stuff already, not even a
Yep.
week out.
Amazing. Love you, Lauren. Okay, so I feel like that's pretty much, I'm looking at my list. I'm looking at my scribble. That looks like it. Yeah.
Okay, good. So do you wanna do just a couple, just a rapid fire for the
Yeah.
end?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So we're gonna say, so on three, we're gonna say it together. So one word to describe the weekend. Okay. So
Ready?
how are we gonna do it? One, two,
Like
three, and
one,
then
2, 3, and then say it. Yeah.
okay. Okay.
Ready?
Uh,
Okay. One, 2, 3.
ma-
Empowered.
oh,
What'd you
empowered
say?
magic.
Oh, I love it.
Everything was magical. Like the house, like nothing was untouched in that house. Like they thought of every little thing. Like everything was just magical. The
Yes.
connection, the collaboration, the women that we had that came together, and just it was just, everything was just magical to me.
Yes, yes, absolutely, that would be probably the second word I'd use, and, like, empowered to me because, like, the house again, the house has so much to do with it, right? The vibes, you mean, you look good, you feel good, like, you are walking around there in your outfit with your photography in this badass house, like, feeling like, "Yeah, I am empowered, I got this, like, I have the confidence," and we really wanted to bring that, and then you have the magic too. I think that's
Mhm.
perfect.
The
Yeah.
sunset coming in, like right at the exact timing for our dinner, like everything was just pure magic.
Yes, 100%. I love
Yes.
it.
Okay, so last thing, what is one thing that you'll never forget about this experience?
Oh my gosh, really? One thing? Uh, I can't think of one thing. I'm too ADHD for that. There's a million things. I just, just seeing the women, I guess, just being part of, because I got super emotional the first night. I was like, I can't believe that this is a reality, something that I've always wanted to do. And, you have helped me do that. Like, you've done women's community and made space for women for so long. And I'm like, your little protege, like, teach me all your ways. And so, like, just the whole weekend and having the, opportunity, and just so grateful that I feel like I can bring value, and bring other women together that bring a ton of value, and just have an amazing weekend of, empowerment and confidence and learning and connection and leadership and things that, and relaxation as well. Not so much relaxing for us. I'm like, damn, it would have been amazing to be an attendee here, but for the women, it was definitely relaxing to, I don't know, the whole thing, there's not one thing. Do you have one
Yeah.
thing? What was yours?
You know what? I think that what I'm taking away that I'll never forget is that, like I'm a doer, and I'm like, I'll do it myself. Like I'll make it happen. I'll do it myself. So I'm learning, because I absolutely love this partnership with you. I'm learning that I don't have to do it all myself, and that, I can bring others in, and that it's even a more powerful experience. And not only the experience that we provide, but also being able to share that, the behind the scenes and the accomplishment with someone. Like, that's what I'm loving about this, is that just being able to share the wins, and that sense of like, oh my God, like we really did this. Like we did it. We pulled it off. It was amazing. So I think that's what I'm taking away, is just, the more the merrier. There's more power in better together. I talk about that all the time, but I feel like I'm really living that with you. And so I just thank you so much for all that you did behind the scenes, because it is no joke. And just for saying yes to all the things that, I've been able to kind of voice, and you're like, oh, wait, me too. Can we just do this together? And it's just so powerful and amazing. And I'm just so grateful.
Yeah, I know, me too. I can't imagine doing it alone, and I love we're so the same in so many ways, but so different in so many other ways, and I think that both of us bring, something to the table that the other like I am, where my strengths are and my weaknesses are. My weaknesses are like organization, but can you believe I actually pulled some of that together? That's crazy, right? But then I knew when we got there, you were going to be like, okay, we're going to have this and we're going to have these rotations and we're going to have all the these one-to-ones, and you knew all the ins and outs because you had already done it, which made it that much better. So better together for sure. That's why we do what we do with this women's podcast, and not just for women but mostly women, right? And we're just trying to create space and let you know, hey, you're not alone, and let others in, and empower them, and then you empower yourself, right? So
Yeah, that is so true. That is so true. So stay tuned for next year's drops that will be coming. And also, we're getting ready to plan out our 2026. So if you have been wanting to use your voice and this be your first platform to do that or whatever, we're looking for guests. So anybody that has something to share or is really wanting to elevate their influence or their life or whatever they're doing, their business, their agency. It doesn't matter, who you are, what you're doing. We want to help spotlight you. So
yeah.
DM us because we're planning out 2026 and we'd love for you to be on our podcast.
Absolutely. If you've got a story to tell and you need a platform for it, like we are here for it. We want to help you get your story out and be a part of your journey. So definitely DM us. We would love to talk to you. And all right, everybody stay fearless. Till
Stay
next time.
fearless. That's the wrap. Until next year.
Thanks for tuning in to Fearless and Focused. Remember, success is not about being perfect, it's about showing up, staying bold, and taking action.
If you love this episode, don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with someone who could use a little inspiration.
Keep chasing your dreams, staying fearless, and keeping your focus strong.
Until the next time, stay
Fearless and focused.